Hi, I'm Donna Smith, and this is Sound Advice. Today's topic, gluten issues, what you must know. Please stay tuned. Many Americans suffer from food allergies and food sensitivities, and I've dealt with these clients and people on a professional and a personal level. I understand the economic issues, I understand the physical discomfort, and the social implications that they suffer. So I really want to focus this issue on gluten. Now, what is gluten? Gluten is a protein that's found in some cereals. Actually, it's an elastic texture that gives the stretch to dough, and it gives structure to baked goods. If a person has a serious issue with gluten, we'd say that that person probably has celiac disease. And celiac disease is when there's an immune reaction to anyone who eats or ingests gluten. Now that can damage your small intestine. As a matter of fact, even a little bit can damage your small intestine. So, what's the big deal with your small intestine? Well, in your small intestine, that's where the majority of all of your nutrients are absorbed. And we're saying nutrients such as iron, B12, folate, water, glucose, fructose, amino acids, and sodium bicarbonate. So if you're not getting enough of those, then you're going to suffer the deficiencies of each of those nutrients. And overall, we could say that may cause you or render you to have you're not mentally as alert, physically fatigued, maybe stunted growth, anemia. Now, if you have celiac disease, let me just put this disclaimer out there now. I would want you to get with your doctor or your health professional if indeed you suspect that you may have any gluten sensitivity or a severe sensitivity and you have celiac disease. Please get with your health professional. Now, I am a registered dietitian. I do have a background in health and administration, but I wanted to put that disclaimer out there. So I want to say this. If you believe you have celiac disease, and these are some of the symptoms. You may have bloating, gas, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, fatigue, stomach growth, pains in your stomach. And when you think about it, a lot of us suffer those when we have the flu or some other symptoms. So that's why, again, it's important that you get with your doctor, your health professional. So if you have gluten, what is the treatment? The treatment is you would have to avoid gluten. And I mean, you really have to be vigilant about it. And because even a small amount could damage your small intestine, even a small amount. So you would have to avoid wheat, rye, barley. Some people can handle oats, some can't. Durum, farro, spelt, triticale, kamut, and a few other grains. But this is what's really a difficult thing. The foods that we eat all the time and enjoy, gluten's in all of them. Pasta, breads, pancakes, biscuits, rolls, you name it, crackers, bagels. And so we eat these foods all the time. And what's really interesting or puts an added twist is sometimes gluten is in products that we wouldn't think, like sauces or soups. And it could be in processed meats. So that's why it's important to get more information. Now, I'll leave some links below so you can look up and review some more information on gluten, or if you have a gluten sensitivity, wherever you are on that spectrum. But I really want you to get with your doctor or your health professional. That's really important. So what can you eat? Well, the good news is today, since so many people have gluten sensitivities or celiac disease, you have a lot of products that are right there in the supermarket that you can use that makes meal planning and eating much more, it's much easier now. But the foods that you can have if you can't have gluten would be rice, corn, potatoes, buckwheat. And I say buckwheat with a smile because when my uncle on Sundays, he would fix us pancakes, buckwheat pancakes. I love some buckwheat pancakes. And Uncle Johnny's, I call them Uncle Johnny's flapjacks. I put the recipe, Uncle Johnny's flapjacks, in my book, Whole Food, Soul Food, Finger Licking Way to Fight the Fat. Now, I will say this, please note. In my original recipe, I blend buckwheat flour with white flour. So if you have a gluten sensitivity, you would have to substitute that white flour for rice flour or for potato flour or any other acceptable flour. And then you can enjoy Uncle Johnny's flapjacks, aka pancakes. And I have the link below. So I said rice, you can have corn, you can have buckwheat, and you can have potatoes, but you also can have plain meat, plain fish. And I say plain meat, plain fish, not processed meats, because if it's processed, you may have other substances in it that may be an issue for you. And you can have fruits and you can have vegetables. And I would say plain vegetables, not vegetables that have a cream sauce or it's breaded. Same thing with meats, not with a cream sauce or breaded or anything like that. Just plain meat, plain fish, plain vegetables and fruits. And then you can have a wonderful meal with the things that you can have. So that is the good news. So again, I'll have some links below so you can get some additional information if indeed you have some type of gluten sensitivity or you know that you are diagnosed with celiac disease. Get with your health professional, get with your doctor. And I would love to hear from you if indeed you have some other credible resources that we can share with others. And also your comments. When did you notice that you were probably having some issues, and how are you managing with if you have celiac disease? How are you managing to live a successful life? Please share that with us. So again, I'm Donna Smith and hope to see you next time. And this is Sound Advice.